Hey everyone, it's Will Chandler here, Guardian Fury again. And I'm just sitting outside. It is a beautiful day right now. And I'll pan out for a second. We got all kinds of birds chirping. I don't know how well that worked or not, but whatever. Again, I'm not good with technology too much. I wanted to talk about the car crash I just did, or booth crash, I guess, at an airport. And I before I can post any of it, I need to find someone that can help me edit the video and edit some of the sound. Um, because someone that I talked to that was standing there talking to Jehovah's Witnesses when I walked up to the booth, um, it could put her in danger if I were to post the video as it is. So I'm gonna see if I can find anyone that that can help me do video editing. I don't even have a computer right now because that's with the wife. So or separated. I don't even know what to call her anymore, but whatever. Um, so I felt I didn't want to go do any awareness thing today. I wasn't gonna, but then I felt this really strong prompting to get up and go down to the airport. And so I did, and call it, if you believe in God, if you're a Christian or not a Christian, whatever God you believe in, call it that. If you don't believe in God's, call it the universe talking to me. Whatever you want to call it is fine by me. But I was prompted, I feel personally, by God, Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it again, to get up and to go down to the airport and go seek these people out today. And funny thing, when I'm walking up, I see that there's a lady talking to him who didn't seem like a witness, and it turns out that she wasn't, but she was there. I'd been talking to the two ladies at this little booth, the little table they have set up at the airport. I guess she had been talking to them for a while, probably 45 minutes, she said, and she had one of their pieces of literature, and she also had one of their little JW.org business cards, you know. And so I walk up and I say, hey, you guys Jehovah's Witnesses? The two ladies say yes. The other lady says, no, she isn't, but she's just talking to them. And I said, well, I did my regular spiel of starting out with, well, do you guys know about the thousands of pedophiles that are in your organization, in your religion? And of course, it's this, they say no. The ladies, the two sisters that were there had no clue about the pedophile problem, which is normal. I would expect that, especially from the sisters, unfortunately. And the non JW lady starts talking to me. She tells me she's a Christian and everything, and she starts saying, well, one thing that I was raised with is not judging people and everything, and she starts telling me, she means no offense to me, and I'm super nice to her because she was a nice lady too, and I told her, nothing you can say is going to offend me, and so she starts talking about having forgiveness, and so I'm right there with her, I'm like agreeing with her, like, yes, ma'am, and God needs to be first, and all about, so that part of the conversation was good, and so after a minute or two, I was able to ask her, like, well, can I tell you about why this is so personal to me? And of course, the two JWs are still right there, and they're just observing now me talk with this lady that they almost captured into they're thinking they might be able to capture into their cult, right? So I tell the lady my story, raped and beaten since the age of 5, for 10 years. And at some point, she asked me to take off my glasses, and I did. I said, and I explained to her why I have to wear the hat and glasses all the time, and that was why I was facing away from the sun, because of course the booth was in the sun. Go figure. And then she said, yeah, your eyes look like they have a lot of pain and a lot of sadness in them and a lot of truth, or something like. I don't know if she said truth, but sadness and pain or something like that, or truth and pain, or I'd have to go back and listen to it. I can't remember exactly. And I had taken my glasses off for a second and slipped them back on. And then after she said that, I took my hat and my glasses off for a few seconds and just said, you know, hey, stare at my face because I'm not, you know, see who I am. And so then I was able to, you know, kind of spread awareness with this lady that, you know, she'd been telling me how Jehovah's Witnesses just seem like nice people and that they're free to have their own views. And I agreed with her, like 100%. We all have free will. And I wouldn't take that away from anyone. And then it turns out that she starts telling me how she was in a situation where she had been violated in some form or fashion. I'm not going to give specifics on what she said. And she didn't get too specific, but also that's the reason I'm making this video now without posting the other video, because it seems like her life circumstance is that she could still possibly be in danger. And so I ended up telling her, you know, hey, told her my name again. I said, let me give you my number and give me a call and I can take care of whatever for you. And I said part of it as a joke, like I'll take care of this for you. But I also was just, you know, I was trying to put a little levity in there like I usually do. And then a minute later I said, ma'am, let me give you my number, because she starts talking about some of the situation. Again, I'm not going to divulge that. And I said to her, ma'am, let me give you my number. And if you ever need anything, you can call me, text me. And I said, I guarantee you that myself and my local body, the church that I fellowship with, we will take care of you. All you have to do is let me know, or let us know, and we will keep you safe. You don't have to worry about that. Like, use us if you need us. Use me if you need me. I will be there for you. And that's the kind of love I think that we are all called to have. And it's funny because the GW sisters weren't offering any help. And so she said, well, yeah, give me your card. And I said, well, I don't have a card. I'm not a minister or anything, you know. And she says, really heartwarming, she says to me, well, you're ministering to me right now, and I thought you were one. And so that was super kind of her to say, but shows you that all we need to do is have love for each other, right? And look at each other's perspectives, and have some compassion and empathy, and treat each other as we would have others treat us. Again, that's a lot of my message is love. And so this lady, I said, you know, I don't have a car. I didn't have anything on me to write with or write on. So she hands me the JW.org the JW.org business card. And then I'm like, well, I don't have a pen. So then she gets a pen from one of the sisters. And so then I'm writing my name, my number, and then I write my church's name and tell her where it is. So instead of JW.org, when she picks up that card, she's going to be thinking of someone that loves her, and she's going to have a name also, my name and number, and also I put down the name of the local body that I fellowship with on the card. And so how cool is that, you know? And then she going, and she was in tears, and the JW ladies were just sitting there and just kind of like give her a half-hearted, like, yeah, goodbye. And I said, ma'am, can I give you a hug? And I gave her a hug, and she said, may God bless me. I told her, ma'am, may God bless you, you know, like. And so how cool is that? Like, I think that's why wildlife's going nuts over here. I think that's why I was prompted to get up and go there this morning. And really cool. Again, if I can find some video editing software, someone to help me with that, I'll post it at some point, but it could be a little while. And then so I continued after she left. I continued talking with the JWs, and I probably got a little bit. You know, I shared with them all about the Australian Royal Commission. They just made excuses. I shared with them all the court cases around the world, including the Canada class action lawsuit. And again, all they do is make excuses. And so finally, I get them to admit that, yes, they believe they should just leave it in Jehovah's hands, that they're fine with that. That's their position. And I said, ladies, that's what allowed, that mindset, that attitude is why what allowed me to be raped for 10 years. That mindset, that attitude is why there's tens of thousands of victims like myself around the world. And I said, that's also why you're losing tens of millions of dollars of your donations to people like me, because it's not being handled properly. You know, what's the higher calling? Is the higher calling to protect the kids? Or do you want to just do the bare minimum of Caesar's law? Or should you be doing everything in your power, using every resource you have to protect these children, protect people like me from being raped and beaten for 10 years? And of course, they don't really have an answer for me. And I should have stopped there, but I pushed it a little bit too much. Finally, one of the ladies, I guess, noticed my phone, because I got a phone call that I ignored, and an alarm had gone off. I hadn't. So she saw me touching my phone some because I was turning stuff off, but and then she saw that my phone was sticking out of my pocket a little bit, not this pocket, the other one. But and so then she asked, "Are you recording this? Is it going to be on a website?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am, I am recording it, and it is going to be going to the Attorney General of Virginia." And then she does the typical JW thing, and so I'm, me being me, I'm going to be open and honest. Like, you ask me a question, I'm not going to lie to you. But then she said, "You can't record me without my permission." And of course, I'm like, "Well, ma'am, we're in the public, and you got to look at what your rights are. You need to understand the law." And, she's like, again, like, "Well, I didn't give you permission." Well, okay, but you're in the public. The concept escaped her, because they don't know their local laws. And then she said, and I told her, I was like, I went to the information desk. I've talked to them. I've talked to the supervisor at the information desk. And if you wish, let's call one of the police officers over, and we can hash it out right now. And I didn't mean it rudely, but I really was like, if you think I'm doing something illegal and it bothers you, then let's lay the matter bare, but with a police officer right there. And she said, "Well, no, but I can call one over to get you, so you can just leave peacefully." And I told her, "Ma'am, I'll leave if you want me to leave. I'm not, like, it's amazing to see, again, the cult mind control, the cult programming that sets in, where all of a sudden even though I've been nice, I've told them my story, I've told them how much pain and heartache was caused by the policies in place and the direction given from their headquarters, and she just thinks I'm gonna go crazy or something all of a sudden. It's so weird to watch, and it's so sad, because I think, what if they have kids? Like, they won't protect their own children. It's insane. And they won't protect other people's children if it happened to their child, because they're silenced. And and I felt a little bad, because I didn't want it to get to the point where I was like, "Yeah, I'm recording you, and by the way, it'll be going to the Attorney General of the state," But that's part of why I'm doing these videos, is to bring evidence forward to try to help make sure that these laws about mandatory reporting are tightened. Because I'll be the face of it if need be. I don't care about that. Granted, I don't want to be the face of it. I'm not looking for that. I like my little private life. But again, how can I do or say nothing? Because then I'm just letting that evil succeed. So I wanted to share with you guys that great experience I had with that one lady, and I hope if she ever needs help, she gives me a call. And I'm glad that I was there to intercept the cult literature and cult thoughts that lady might have been thinking were okay. So yeah, anyway, I hope everyone has a good day. And thanks for listening to me ramble, and we'll see what happens in the future. Y'all have a good one.